Finally shut up, and I could hear myself again. Everyone telling me who I should be, what to chase, what I should believe. I smiled through the static, played my part, but the loudest war was in my heart. Now the lights are low, I'm alone tonight, and the truth don't need a spotlight. In the quiet, something breaks, or maybe something wakes. I don't have answers, I don't pretend, but I feel something listening. The world finally shut up, and I felt something hold me. No words, no rules, no rush, just peace moving slowly. I stopped fighting the dark, I let it pass through me. When the world finally shut up, I remembered how to breathe. I've been carrying what I can't explain, calling fear a different name. Trying to be strong, trying to be fine, like I'm not tired all the time. But here in the silence, I don't have to lie. No performance, no disguise. There's a presence I can't see, but it's closer than my doubts to me. I don't need to understand, I just need to stand still. Something greater meets me here when I finally let go of control. The world finally shut up, and I felt something hold me. No proof, no signs, no touch, just truth moving softly. I stopped running from myself, stop asking for mercy. When the world finally shut up, I found peace waiting for me. Oh, maybe faith is just this moment, not knowing, but staying, not asking for certainty, just trusting the quiet. The world finally shut up, and I didn't feel alone. Whatever's been guiding me was here all along. I don't need the noise anymore, I don't need to be enough. When the world finally shut up, I felt love without a name. Maybe silence was the answer, I just needed to listen.
I don't know how, but I'm being held. I've been standing on questions with no ground underneath. Every step feels uncertain, but somehow I'm still on my feet. I've been asking for signs in the sky, looking for reason to stay, but the answers don't come like words, they come like I'm okay. I don't feel strong, I don't feel brave, but I don't feel abandoned. I don't know how, but I'm being held. When everything in me is fragile, and I'm not doing well. No arms around me, no voice I can tell, but something keeps silence like weight, like it's something I chose. Smiling through days that feel heavy, pretending nobody knows. But when the night finally finds me and I stop trying to pretend, there's a calm I can't explain, like I don't have to defend. I don't need answers tonight, I don't need control. I just need this moment to remind me I'm not alone. I don't know how, but I'm being held by something that sees me when I don't see myself. No proof, no promise, no heaven to sell, just a quiet assurance that I'm not falling through hell. I don't know how, but I'm being held. Maybe grace isn't loud, maybe it doesn't announce, maybe it just stays when everything else walks out. I don't know how, but I'm being held through the cracks in my courage, through the nights I don't tell. If this is faith, then I finally feel it, not as answers or power, but love that's consistent. I don't know how, but I'm being held. But I'm being held. I'm still here, so I must be held. It's quiet, but my mind won't stop talking.
Room full of shadows, lights turn low. Clock on the wall, moving way too slow. Every thought got something to say. They wait all day for the night to break. I drown out people, I drown out noise, but I can mute this inner voice. It knows my fears, it knows my doubt, knows what I never say out loud. I thought silence would save me, I thought quiet was peace, but the truth gets louder when there's nothing else to hear but me. Silence never felt this loud. Every feeling screaming loud. No distractions, nowhere to hide. When the noise is gone, I meet my mind. I try to run, I try to drown, I try to drown, but the quiet pull the truth right out, the truth right out. Silence never felt this loud, and I don't know how to shut it down. I've been fine on the outside view, doing what I'm supposed to do, but the calm feels counterfeit when my chest feels like this. Every memory hits at once, every what if, every almost was. I built my life on keeping control, but the dark knows where I'm vulnerable. Maybe this is what I've been avoiding, maybe this is what I need. If I face it instead of fighting, will listen long enough, the fear starts losing shape. Maybe the noise was never the enemy, maybe it was the escape. Silence never felt good, but I'm still standing here somehow. This is where I finally face myself, and I won't turn the volume down. I'm not ready, but I'm here. I wish I could say I'm fearless, that I know where this road ends, but my hands are shaking slightly as I take another step. I've been waiting for a signal, for the moment to feel right. But the truth is I've been standing still, out of fear, not out of faith. Maybe readiness is overrated, maybe courage comes first, maybe trusting isn't knowing, maybe it's moving while it hurts. I'm not ready, but I trust this even if I don't understand. Feel the quiet hand. I'm not ready, but I trust this. I don't need to see the end. If something led me here tonight, I'll follow where it bends. I've been trying to be certain, like there's something I could earn, but every time I wait for perfect, I'm just watching chances burn. There's a voice that isn't shouting, it doesn't force, it doesn't beg. It just says you don't need answers, you just need to take the step. I don't need control tonight, I don't need a guarantee. If this fear is part of growing, then it's not the enemy. I'm not ready, but I trust this even with my doubts intact. I don't need to be fearless, I just need to not turn back. And I'm not ready, but I trust this, even lost I feel aligned. If something greater moves me forward, I won't ask it to define. Maybe faith is just saying yes before you feel secure. Maybe peace is choosing movement when staying hurts much more. I'm not ready, but I trust this. That's the bravest truth I know. I don't need to be prepared, I just need to let me go. And I'm not ready, but I trust this, and tonight that's enough. If the path is built on surrender, then I'll walk it as I am. I'm not ready, but I trust this. It's all on me, like every step might break the ground. Trying to steer what I can't see, trying to not let fear speak loud. But somewhere between letting go and holding on just a little less, I felt the weight leave my shoulders, like I don't have to do this myself.
forcing the answers. I'm not fighting the tide. Something greater is carrying me, and I'm learning to ride. I've been measuring my worth by how much I can endure. Calling survival courage, calling exhaustion strong. But there's a rhythm underneath, current I can trust. And every time I soften into it, I feel held, not lost. I don't need to understand, I don't need to agree. If the ground keeps meeting my feet, then that's enough for me. Something greater is carrying me through the dark, through the night, through the parts of me still learning how to stop the fight. I don't need control anymore, I don't need to arrive. Something greater is carrying me, and I'm finally alive. Maybe I was never meant to do this all alone. Maybe surrender isn't weakness, maybe it's home. Something greater is carrying me, I can feel it when I breathe. Not as words or certainty, just quiet trust inside of me. Something greater is carrying me, and I don't need to pretend. If this is what it feels like to rest, then let this moment never end. I'm not falling, I'm being carried. I thought healing would feel bigger than this, but maybe this is it. Nothing dramatic happened today, no sudden light, no grand escape. I still feel tired, still feel slow, still figuring out what I don't know. But I noticed I breathed a little deeper, didn't rush through every thought. Let a moment pass without fixing, let myself feel what I felt. I used to think change would announce itself, like it needed permission to stay. But maybe healing moves quietly, so fear doesn't chase it away. Healing isn't loud, it's happening in ways I almost miss. In the days I don't fall apart, in the nights I still exist. No fireworks, no finish line, no moment I can't prove. Healing isn't loud, it's happening every time I choose to move. I didn't fix what broke in me, I didn't rewrite history. I just saw practicing myself for being human repeatedly. I let a bad thought pass me by, didn't let it build a home. I'm learning peace doesn't shout, it speaks in a gentler tone. I don't feel strong the way they say, but I feel less at war, and that feels like progress more than anything before. Healing isn't loud, it's happening between the cracks and seams, in the way I'm kinder to myself, in the way I start to believe. No sudden clarity, no perfect truth to claim. Healing isn't loud, it's happening, and I'm not the same. stopped asking for proof, and something stayed. I used to need a sign for everything, a reason wrapped in certainty. Wanted the universe to spell it out, like doubt was something to defeat. I kept my hands open for miracles, but my fists were tight with fear, asking questions louder than my heart, just to make the silence disappear. But answers don't always arrive the way the mind demands. Some truths don't explain themselves, they're just felt and then they stand. I stopped asking for proof, I stopped needing a guarantee. I felt something steady looking back at me. No signs written in the sky, no voice calling my name. I stopped asking for proof and something stayed. I don't need lightning in the dark, I don't need the ground to shake. I've seen enough through broken days to know what's real doesn't fake. There's a rhythm under everything that doesn't rush or plead. It just waits until you're quiet enough to finally believe. Maybe faith isn't blind at all, maybe it sees too much. Maybe it's choosing presence over answers you can touch. I stopped asking for proof, stopped trying to define what I already felt moving between the moment and my spine. No contract, no condition, no promise I could claim. I stopped asking for proof and something stayed. If love doesn't need permission, if peace doesn't need defense, then maybe trust is simply staying when logic makes no sense. I stopped asking for proof, and I didn't fall apart. Nothing disappeared, nothing left my heart. If this is what belief feels like, it's softer than I thought. I stopped asking for proof, and I found what I was not. Some truths don't shout, they remain. I don't know where I'm going, I just know I'm not alone. Every road feels unfamiliar, but my feet keep moving home. There's a pull I can't explain, like a hand I never see. I stop fighting every turn, and the path keeps finding me. Even lost, I feel guided. Even unsure, I feel aligned. I don't have the map or timing, but I trust the signs inside. Even lost, I feel guided through Used to fear the unknown, like it meant I was behind. Now I see it's just a space where becoming takes its time. Every doubt that tries to lead me, every voice that says don't try, falls quiet when I listen to the calm beneath my mind. Even lost, I feel guided, not by answers, not by force, but by something gently moving every time I change my course. Even lost, I feel guided, and that's more than being sure. If this is what trust feels like, then I've already arrived. I'm not lost, I'm being led. I didn't announce it, I just noticed. I've been disappearing slowly, trying not to make a sound, giving pieces of myself away until I barely came around. I thought losing me was normal, thought that's what growing does. But tonight I caught my reflection, and I didn't look away from us. It wasn't sudden, it wasn't loud, just a quiet moment where I came back around. I came back to myself tonight, not the version I used to be, but the one that stayed breathing when it wasn't easy. I came back to myself tonight, in the middle of the mess. I didn't fix everything, I just remembered who I am. I stopped asking for permission to take up my own space, stopped shrinking my feelings just to keep the peace in place. There's still parts of me healing, still questions in my chest, but I feel familiar again, and that feels like progress. I didn't need a sign, didn't need to explain, I just felt something settle like I might again. I came back to myself tonight, after being gone too long. I don't need to be perfect, I just need to belong. I came back to myself tonight, and I'm not afraid to stay. If this is what returning feels like, then I'll choose it every day. Maybe finding yourself isn't chasing something new, maybe it's forgiving the version of you that did what it had to do. I came back to myself tonight, and I don't need applause. If I'm closer than I was before, that's enough to pause. I came back to myself tonight, and for the first time in a while, I feel like I'm not pretending, I feel like I can stay a while. I'm here again. took something from me, but it didn't. I blame the nights for changing me, for taking what I used to feel. Thought the weight of every season dimmed something I couldn't heal. I kept searching for who I was, like I'd vanished somewhere along the way. But the light was just resting, not gone, just quiet, waiting. I confused silence for absence, impatience for defeat. But some things don't disappear, they just learn how to sleep. The light didn't leave me, it was here all the time, just softer than before, just learning how to shine. I don't burn the same bright way, but there's a steadier fire now that doesn't fade with every day. I don't need to prove I'm whole, I don't need to feel brand new. If the light still breathes inside me, then I'm already moving through. Maybe brightness isn't shouting, maybe strength is staying kind. Maybe light is just surviving every dark we leave behind. The light didn't leave me, and not how to remain. Through the cracks and tired moments, through the doubt and growing pains. The light didn't leave me, it just changed its shape. And that's how I know it's real. It stayed. If the dark was meant to break me, it didn't finish the job. If the night was meant to erase me, I'm still standing, still soft. The light didn't leave me, and now I finally see it doesn't need to blind the world, it just needs to live in me. The light didn't leave me, and that's enough to know. No matter where this road goes next, I'm not walking without hope. It stayed, it stayed. I don't have it figured out, but I'm thankful anyway. I thought gratitude came later, after answers, after proof, after everything felt stable, after I outgrew the truth. But I'm standing in the middle, with questions still unresolved, and somehow I'm still breathing, somehow I'm still whole. I don't know how this ends, I don't know what comes next, but I know I'm here right now, and that feels like something to respect. I'm grateful before everything makes sense, before the timing lines up right, before I know what this all meant. I'm grateful something earned. But every time I stopped and listened, I felt something gentle return. There's beauty in the not knowing. There's grace in standing still. I don't need the future's permission to be thankful for what is. I don't need certainty tonight. I don't need a plan. If this breath is still arriving, then that's enough to stand. I'm grateful before everything makes sense, before the feelings go, before the answers show themselves, before I even know. I'm grateful in the becoming, in the quiet, in the mess. I'm grateful before everything makes sense, and I don't feel any less. And I don't feel any less. Maybe gratitude isn't the reward. Maybe it's the way through. Maybe saying thank you now is what's been carrying me too. I'm grateful before everything makes sense, before the story feels complete. If this moment is all I have, then this moment is enough for me. I'm grateful before everything makes sense, and I don't need it to. Somehow peace keeps finding me when gratitude comes through. When gratitude comes through. Thank you. For this. I don't need to hold myself together anymore. I've been standing for so long. Even rest felt like a task. Every answer led to more questions. Every moment wore a mask. But tonight I don't need meaning. I don't need to understand. I just feel the ground beneath me, and that's enough to stand. Nothing's asking anything from me. Nothing needs to be fixed. I stop reaching for tomorrow and let this moment exist. This is where my soul exhales. No effort, no defense. I don't need to be becoming. I don't need to make sense. This is where my soul exhales. No future, no past. Just the quiet of right now, finally letting me last. responsibility, carried healing like a test. But peace was never asking for proof, it was waiting for rest. I don't know the world clarity, I don't know myself pain. If I'm here and still breathing, then I've already gained. I don't need to hold the light, I don't need to chase the dark. I just let myself be held in the quiet of my heart. This is where my soul exhales, where the weight comes undone. I don't need to arrive anywhere, I'm already home. This is where my soul exhales, nothing left to prove. If this moment is all I have, then this moment is true. No questions, no answers, just breath.